If you want to quantum leap your income, this video is for you. Now, who am I to talk about this? I have quantum leaped in my business, in my income quite a lot of times. And the one thing that was missing for me was actually involving my nervous system in my quantum leaping process. Prior to knowing anything about the nervous system, I was very much focused on my mind. I was very focused on having a positive mindset, on doing all the manifestation quantum leaping tools that have gotten me to a certain level of success, for sure, but I would still find myself stuck at certain levels, if that was income-wise or visibility-wise or success-wise. I couldn't quite understand why I've gotten to a certain point of success, but I couldn't move beyond that until I learned about this term called the upper limit, which is a term that was first discussed by Gay Hendricks. He talks about how we all have a subconscious belief of how much good we think we deserve. Of course, when it comes to quantum leaping, we want to go from, let's say, making $5,000 a month to making $50,000 a month. That is considered a quantum leap. Now, of course, your quantum leap is always going to look very different than mine. For you, a quantum leap might be maybe a smaller jump or maybe even a much bigger jump. It doesn't really matter. But what you have to understand is that when you start to involve your nervous system and your subconscious mind into the equation, you will start to actually break through those limits that are unconsciously put on you through your past experiences or through the things that you have taken on throughout your life. And these things that you have heard about yourself and the world are living in your body. Your subconscious mind is connected to the nervous system, and your subconscious mind is like a goal-striving mechanism. It's different from the conscious mind in that sense that your subconscious mind has literally just one thing that it wants to achieve, and it's trying to reach a goal, right? Trying to strive towards a goal. The goal that your subconscious mind is striving towards is all the accumulation of the beliefs and the identity that you have formed through past experiences, such as traumatic experiences, but also other experiences with people, or maybe, you starting a business, failing, and all of these things leave imprints in your body. The thing is that your subconscious mind very closely works with your nervous system. And so now that we know that your past has an impact on your subconscious mind and your subconscious mind always strives towards a goal, we can't just work with the conscious mind if we want our life to change, because that's only truly 5% of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. If you want to truly change your life, you got to look at your subconscious mind. Now, how does the nervous system play a role here? What I want you to know about the nervous system is that the easiest way to actually notice how your nervous system is responding to a certain situation is by you actually listening to your body, because your body is constantly speaking to you and your nervous system is talking to you through how your body is acting, how your body is feeling. So for example, if you're someone like me who is a very hard worker and I've built the majority of my business success through fight or flight, through pushing, through grinding, through hustling, that was the nervous system state I was in, which is called the sympathetic nervous system state. The sympathetic nervous system state, the way that it would show up in my body was through lots of anxiety, sleepless nights, pain in my upper body, digestive issues. That was my body communicating to me like, hey, listen, we're dysregulated. Right? And again, being in that state has gotten me to a certain level of success. But now let's bring in the belief that money is evil. I feel like if you're watching this, in some kind of way, you have heard this saying, either by your parents, by society, by your neighbor, it doesn't matter. You have heard the saying that money is evil. Now, especially if you heard this, for example, in your early ages, this belief is now ingrained in your body. And let's say you start making more money, and you're in the sympathetic nervous system state, you start making more money, and now you want to quantum leap. And let's say you quantum leap, all of a sudden you make double or triple the amount you've ever made. But then your subconscious mind comes in and that belief flashes. Money is evil. Now, you are not aware that this is happening because it's all happening in the subconscious mind. But then that belief comes in, oh, money is evil. Your nervous system is going to go, hold on. This is not safe. This is not good. We can't have so much money. And you'll find a way to sabotage yourself. Because the truth is, quantum leaping is very easy, but holding the quantum leap, continuing to quantum leap is the challenge here. And that's why you gotta involve your nervous system when it comes to actually creating more money and actually being able to hold it without collapsing. Now, if you've seen some of my previous videos, I talked about this. This happens to me. I made a big sum of money in my business at 1 month, and I made it through the sympathetic state. And then my whole body collapsed because I could not hold that. My nervous system did not believe that the money that I made was good. I did not see myself actually being able to hold that. And all of these limiting beliefs came up. Instead of celebrating, I actually completely retracted. And this is more common than you might think. That is why you got to involve your nervous system when it comes to quantum leaping any type of success that you want. Because again, quantum leaping is actually really easy, but what happens afterwards? You don't want to lose it all. You don't want to spend it all. You don't want to sabotage yourself. There is enough stories of how millionaires who've won the lottery weren't able to hold the money, and within the first 5 years, they either spend it all or lose it all because they were never able to actually see themselves as millionaires. And that is both a nervous system and subconscious thing that is extremely important when it comes to being able to get to that next level, get to that next level of creation. Now, if you're interested in this and you are a business owner, especially if you're a female business owner, I have a program called up, which is called Strategy Alchemy. The idea of Strategy Alchemy is that we actually take what it means like to build a business through strategy, but using the nervous system lens here. This is something I've never seen before. Because a lot of people either are very focused on the masculine strategy they're doing, the one that I was in, the sympathetic, fighting, flighting, right, pushing, grinding, which has gotten me to a certain level of success, but then I wasn't able to maintain that. Or it's the other way around. We're focused only on the nervous system. We're focused only on the inner healing, on the manifestation, but there's no strategy. There's no structure holding the whole creation of your business. And so I've decided to combine both the strategy, the nervous system, and create Strategy Alchemy so that you learn how to create a strategy through a nervous system lens that you're gonna be able to not only create the success in your business, but hold it. So if you're interested, the program is starting very soon. All the details are gonna be down below. And I also have an early bird price right now. So definitely check that out. But what I want you to do now is, first of all, I want you to determine what the goal is that you actually have income-wise. Like again, let's say you're making $5,000 a month now and you wanna make 50,000. I want you to visualize that number that you are imagining. And I want you to notice, how is my body actually feeling when I think about this number? If I see this number on my bank account, if I see this number maybe physically holding that amount of money, is my body contracting? Do I feel open? Do I feel something in my throat? Do I actually feel anxious? Do I feel panicky? And if you don't feel anything, keep increasing that number until you feel something. It's a very interesting exercise because by you doing this, you start to get familiar with how your body is actually responding and how your nervous system is communicating with you and where you have your own upper limit. And then what I want you to do is I want you to start regulating yourself by either using breath work, tapping, shaking, somatic practices to start getting yourself familiar with that new number. And then of course also using the right strategic tools that are extremely important, because business is both, again, maybe you don't have your business, but if you do have a business, we need both. We need a strategy, we need an actual plan, execution plan, and we also need the energetic, we also need the nervous system aspect of it. Then I want you to really think of, okay, what type of strategy actually works the best for me in terms of my execution of my plans, right? It's one thing to, again, want $50,000 a month, but if you're a business owner, of course, you also want to make it happen. It's not just about manifesting it out of thin air, which again, it could happen, but it's a one-time thing. And if you want to keep building on it, or if you want to actually be able to maintain that, that's why all these aspects are so important to look at this as a full picture. Now, I do hope that the next time you're working on your quantum leaping, you do take the nervous system aspect into consideration. Again, if you are a female entrepreneur, I have the perfect program for you that is going to quantum leap you to the next level by actually using strategy and nervous system at the same time. Everything that I teach is something that took me years to master, years to learn, and I'm so excited to bring this new program to you. Let me know if you like this video, comment down below, give me a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.